The mansion was silent, too silent. Billionaire Cole Jackson stood frozen at the top of the grand staircase, staring down in disbelief. In front of him, two teenage girls were crying, holding Helen's phone. On the screen was a message that changed everything. Cole's voice trembled. What? What did you just say? One of the girls, her voice shaking, replied, Daddy, Auntie Oloma says, we are not your children. Helen gasped. Her body went cold. The room spun. Cole's hand dropped, and his phone shattered on the marble floor. Helen Jackson was the definition of elegance. Tall, beautiful, soft-spoken, and married to one of the richest men in Lagos, Cole Jackson. Their mansion in Ikoyi glowed like a palace, but behind the golden gates, silence filled the halls. For 10 long years, Helen had prayed, cried, and tried everything to have a child. IVF, surrogates, herbal remedies, even traveling abroad for medical help. Nothing worked. Every birthday, every anniversary, Helen's wish was the same. God, just one child. Cole loved her dearly, but his heart was growing heavy too. People whispered behind their backs. Newspapers called her the Barren Billionaire's wife. Helen stopped attending parties. She stopped smiling. Until that one afternoon, when fate decided to rewrite her story. It was a sunny day in Lagos. Helen was in the backseat of her car when she suddenly shouted, "Stop the car!" Two small children, twins, were playing in the middle of the road. They were about 3 years old, dark-skinned with bright smiles and tiny gaps between their teeth. They looked happy, innocent, and free, but unsupervised. Helen's heart skipped a beat. She stepped out of her car and knelt before them. "Where is your mummy?" she asked softly. The little girl pointed toward a small roadside shed where a young woman was busy making handmade shoes. Helen walked over. "Good afternoon. Are these your children?" The woman sighed. "No, Mom. They are my late sister's kids. I'm just trying my best, but it's not easy." Her name was Uloma, only 25, struggling to feed herself and the twins after their parents died. Helen's eyes filled with tears. She looked at the children again, their smiles, their laughter, and something inside her shifted. That night she couldn't sleep. Their faces haunted her mind. By morning she told her husband, "Cole, I think I found our children." Cole was silent. Adoption had always been a sensitive topic for him. But seeing Helen's eyes filled with hope after years of sorrow, he agreed to meet the twins. When he saw them, his heart melted instantly. After a long discussion, Uloma, who was overwhelmed by the responsibility, agreed to let them adopt the twins legally. And so, little Ella and Nuella Jackson entered a new world, one filled with love, luxury, and laughter. Helen's life changed completely. Her mornings were now filled with giggles instead of tears. Her nights with bedtime stories instead of silence. She finally smiled again. 15 years passed like a dream. The twins grew into beautiful, intelligent young ladies. The Jackson mansion was alive again. Helen was proud. Cole was content, until one message shattered their peace. Auntie Oloma suddenly appeared after years of silence. Her message read, "Helen, I need to tell you something about Ella and Nuella. They were never orphans." Helen's hands shook. She called Uloma immediately. "Uloma, what do you mean?" Through sobs, Uloma confessed, "Their real mother didn't die. She's alive. She left them in my care because she couldn't raise them. I lied so they could have a better life." Cole dropped his phone. Helen's world froze. The twins overheard everything. Tears rolled down their faces as they whispered, "Does that mean we're not really yours?" Helen pulled them close, crying, "You are mine. Maybe not by blood, but by love." Cole's eyes filled with emotion. He turned to Uloma and said, "You may have hidden the truth, but these girls are our daughters now. Nothing will ever change that." That night, Helen sat in the garden watching the twins play, just as she had seen them on that fateful road years ago. She smiled through her tears. The woman who once cried alone in the dark now laughed in the light of love. "True motherhood," she whispered, "isn't defined by giving birth, but by giving love." The Jacksons never looked back. They remained a family, stronger than blood, bound by destiny. The truest families are not made by blood, but by hearts that choose each other. The twins proudly bore the Jackson name, proving that sometimes true motherhood isn't defined by giving birth, but by giving love. Thanks for watching. What's your view about this story? Where are you watching from? Do well to let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting stories. Stay blessed.